from his studios in New York, it's time for Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets life. Here's your host, Dan Tortora.
Welcome here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop. Make sure you listen in to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora at its normal scheduled time every single Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. In today's very special show, this is the National Signing Day special for the Syracuse Orange 2018 incoming recruiting class for college football in this early signing day period. Typically, fans are used to February and waiting for that gift after Christmas. Well, this time it's coming right before Christmas on December 20th, and I'm happy to be here with you on this very special day that I get to share with you Syracuse fans, football fans, college football enthusiasts, and everybody in the Central and Upstate New York community. On today's broadcast, I'm very proud to share with you my one-on-one conversation with Cisco, safety coming out of IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida, and originally from the state of New York. Dre, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Doing well, and just what you can say about, you were a late commit to Syracuse. You came on a visit on the weekend of December 1st, and then a week later you decided that this was the place for you. First and foremost, what made you want to come visit Syracuse in December?
There's no school really showed me enough to shut down my recruitment anytime before Syracuse, so I said, let me schedule this. Worth taking a visit. I'm originally from New York. I'm from Long Island, so it's nice. It's not too close home, but it's not too far either. So I knew it was going to be worth a visit. And Coach Malone was a real cool guy. And I knew Troy Williams as well before I committed, so I knew the trip would be worth it. And we bought into him.
And when you say that no school had really done enough to make you shut down your recruitment, were you not feeling enough love or enough, of schools saying, hey, you're our guy, we want to be here, for you no matter what? Or were there any schools that maybe were close for you? What was it that makes you say my recruitment wasn't shut down because schools didn't do enough at the time to make me shut it down?
No, I'd say it was more like I didn't get a love for a school yet. I took two officials to Illinois and Nebraska before in Syracuse. They're both great places, but I didn't feel like it was 100% for me when I was there.
So you come up to visit Syracuse. What made it 100% for you? What made Syracuse different than everybody else? I think even besides football, just the atmosphere of the university itself, I felt really good. The guys, I was on the visit with a lot of the guys that were also already committed. So, I got a good feel for what's going to go on next year when I get there. So, it felt really good with the coaches, and I learned a lot, one weekend, so. And Dre, when you say that, you already knew kind of who was committed because you're coming in late in December, there was already that realization of the class and having, over a dozen guys that have already committed to Syracuse. Did you interact with them a lot? Did you kind of reach out to them on social media? Did they reach out to you? Was there any connection there?
Me and Trill, our schools played each other before I came down to IMG. So, I knew him, and I knew all the other guys committed, and so when we got up there, we were all real cool with each other, and we got closer and closer. So I know this class can get going.
And at IMG Academy, like you said, you're originally from New York, and another guy was, had come from Washington, D.C. to IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida, committed to Syracuse as well, and Juan Wallace Jr., inside linebacker. Just what you can say about that relationship, because he committed to Syracuse back on May 4th, and so he had known a while back that this was the place for him. How much did being his teammate have to do with Syracuse being on your mind?
It definitely shows that they got a real brand, like guys gonna buy into it. and they believe that Q's is really on the rise. So, especially him committing that early before the class really formed, that shows that he believes in what's going on there. And when I see that, that's definitely a plus for me.
Speaking here with Dre Cisco, safety out of IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. Dre, how much did Juan talk with you about Syracuse?
Pretty much once they showed interest, he said, "Yeah, bro, you gotta come." You know what I mean? We can really do damage when we get up there. And I did my research, and he wasn't lying. So, yeah.
So like he said to you, you gotta come up here. We can do some damage together. Was it a reoccurring thing that Juan was like, hey, we're playing together here at IMG. We should play together up at Syracuse. Did he continue to kind of fan the flame and talk with you about it, or did he just kind of say something in the beginning and then let you make your own decision?
Yeah. Of course, he let me make my own decision. But I mean, having a teammate come with you to school it's always nice. You know what I mean? So we both played together, and I mean, we had to communicate a lot. So I know I could play with him already. That takes some weight off my shoulders. So.
And with you being an early enrollee to the team, he's signing. He signed on the dotted line December 20th. So did you. To have this together and to know that you're both going to be at Syracuse and it's a done deal, just what that means to you. That not only have you both committed, but now you've signed and you'll be coming in January and you'll have an opportunity to get a crack at the Syracuse roster, not only in the fall but also in the spring.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great thing. I mean, it don't happen often that two guys from the same school both early enroll together and get a chance to get on the field for their freshman year. So, I mean, I'm going to embrace it. Me and him going to work hard together. Yeah.
What makes Juan Wallace Jr. dangerous? What do you like about his play as an inside linebacker? What does he bring to Syracuse? And I'm going to ask him the same about you, but I want to get your thoughts on what he brings to Syracuse.
I think Juan brings a different, rare type of athleticism as a linebacker. Most guys got that average kind of 4.7, 4.8, maybe 4.9 speed. So, I mean, Juan can run. He can get out there, cover, and he's physical, takes on blocks, and he's smart. So, good combination.
And then as far as you at the safety position, Syracuse has needed help in the secondary for a while. The secondary has, at times in the 21st century, been a glaring issue. And then at the safety position, they've gone through numerous injuries, and their best safety, Antoine Cordy, has gone down with injuries in back-to-back seasons now under Dino Babers. Just what you can say about coming in and being a spark right away, knowing that this position has had injuries affect it, and obviously that's been something it's affected the team as a whole.
I mean, me coming in, I think, I've seen the roster, I've seen what injuries happen and what their depth is looking like, and I know I can come in and make an immediate impact on their defense, and I know what I could do, so I think after the spring, I'll definitely be a factor on the defense.
When you come into a team that has opportunity at the safety position and needs depth at the safety position, just what that says to you and what that means to you. Obviously, you want competition, and I'm sure that, as any good player, you're going to embrace competition, but you're coming onto a team where you could be effective right away, and just what that means to you, and if that had anything to do with you signing with Syracuse.
It didn't really have too much to do with me signing with them. It was really just a plus. But coming in knowing that I only have to beat out maybe one or two guys, it's definitely a relieving feeling that I could just all I gotta do is just do my dirt. Do what I know I could do and get on the field freshman year, and it's gonna make a huge impact on the rest of my career as a preparation and readiness for the next level.
Speaking here with Dre Cisco of IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. Dre, what did IMG Academy teach you? What are you taking away? Obviously, it has a lot of respect. The state of Florida has a lot of respect in what it does to develop athletes in the sport of football. What are you taking away from IMG that you appreciate and are thankful for?
I truly became a student of the game, and I think that's rare as a high school football player. Most guys use this, normal athleticism until they get to college and they start learning technique and real playbook stuff and stuff like that. But right now, I I could understand pretty much anything on defense and techniques that I've learned from guys that have been in the NFL for over 5-10 years. So it's special. I mean, and then you hear in practice playing against the best guys every day, so you're gonna get better automatically. So I mean, I learned a lot. Just as a football player, I just love watching film now. I developed that kind of stuff. So it's important coming here and learn all this stuff before I get to college.
When you talk about being a student of the game, were you a film junkie before IMG, or did they make you a film junkie?
Yeah, they pretty much made me a film junkie.
So when you have that, I'm going to ask you to critique your own game before I let you go here, Dre. What can you say are your best attributes as a safety? And then secondly, where do you feel you need to work on the most?
I think my best attributes are definitely me recognizing route tendencies and things like that, and then I'm physical and instinctive as well. So I think I could compare myself to a guy like Landon Collins, or in the slot, Garyon Conley from Ohio State last year. Guys like that long, make plays and stuff like that. And stuff I need to work on, I say, is my feet just at the line of scrimmage, and maybe my range, just being able to get sideline to sideline, quick as possible.
You brought up Nick Monroe, the secondary coach for Syracuse. A lot of guys have talked about the relationship with him, how they enjoy his company, they enjoy his personality. What can you say about Nick Monroe?
He's definitely a cool guy, outgoing, make you laugh, and he appeals to guys like that want to come to Syracuse. So I definitely respect him. I know that he's going to do what he needs to do to get me to the next level.
And when you say he appeals to guys that want to come to Syracuse, go deeper into that. How does he appeal to you as a player?
He understands that. He understands what we want to see from schools, and he just puts it on the table. No sugarcoating. That's one of my pet peeves. I hate when guys try to just say what you want to hear. Just tell me what it is, and that's what he does. So I respect him for that.
And in closing for you, Dre, to take a look at this moment for you, a lot of people as little kids, they want to sign their name on a dotted line and go play college football somewhere. You have the opportunity to do it with Syracuse inside of the ACC. Just what this moment feels like for you, what type of emotions go through you knowing that this dream of yours as a child is now a reality, it's real, your name's on a piece of paper, it's going to happen?
Sometimes it's really unbelievable that I got to this point. Freshman year, if you told me I was going to play for Syracuse, I probably would have laughed because, this is not really something that it's something I've always wanted, but it's always so realistic for my position. But I worked really, really hard these last 4 years, and I'm just really glad to be in the position I am. I'm blessed with these abilities, and not a lot of people get to this point, so I'm just grateful for the opportunity.
And lastly for you, Dre, if I had to ask to make a mission statement of who you are, not just as a football player, not just as a student or a son, but in general, if I said Dre Cisco is blank, how would I fill in that blank? What would you say?
One word or a sentence?
A sentence. Just what you would use to describe yourself, however you want to describe it.
I'd say like an intellectual guy that understands a lot of things and mature, and with a hard-working mentality. I'm really independent, and I develop, by myself. I don't really ask for a lot of help. I'm one of those guys, so, yeah.
So somebody independent, capable of taking care of business, personal responsibility, somebody that's going to go out on the field and know how to do their job and then go out into the real world and do the same.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, perfect. Well, Dre, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Congratulations on this moment, and congrats to your family, too, and I hope you guys celebrate and enjoy it, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.